As a Harvard Law School graduate, Barack Obama shares a connection with the university. Staying close to his roots, President Obama appointed several Harvard alumni in his cabinet. Some of the Harvard alums within the Obama administration include Secretary of Housing and Urban Development Sean Donovan, Secretary of Education Arne Duncan, and former Harvard University President Larry Summers, who serves as Director of the National Economic Council.
I think it's really cool to have Arne Duncan being named Secretary of Education. I mean, first of all, it looks so great for our program, and we're proud of him, and obviously he was a Harvard captain.
You know, you don't have to go to Harvard to become a member of Senator or now President Obama's cabinet, but it's kind of a comfort level that I think he must have had through his days in Harvard Law School. So he would have met a lot of people who he can trust, and I would imagine that at that level, it's very difficult to find people who you're comfortable with and who you can really seek counsel of.
I went to inauguration and we had tickets to the actual ceremony. So I think it's a good idea for him to pick people from Harvard if he really has faith in their abilities and what they can do in the White House for him. At the same time, you sort of get that type of situation where a lot of people are coming from the same area and they might end up having the same viewpoint and you don't hear conflicting ideas.
I guess my first reaction to the amount of Harvard people that Barack Obama asked to be in his cabinet was a little bit negative. I think that it's never very good to have, it's always good to have a diversity of perspectives. It's kind of dangerous to have people who are all coming from the same place. But as I looked into a lot of his nominees more, I realized that a lot of them have the same kind of diverse background that Barack Obama has.
People at Harvard are opinionated enough that if somebody really does go in a different direction than Obama, then he'll hear about it from someone who comes from Harvard.
I trust his judgment. This is one of the things that we in the Harvard Dems campaigned on, is that even though he doesn't have a lot of experience on paper, he's demonstrated a really tremendous judgment in his career in public service, and so I trust his judgment to pick people who represent a diversity of perspectives and who are the best equipped people to fulfill the positions that he's nominating them for.
I mean, it's something that our program can rally around and be proud of, and it also gives us as players now aspirations and high hopes for the future if he can accomplish something so great himself.
Certainly, I think it does give students a very tangible idea that with the resources at this school, that if you can really work hard and if you have a little bit of luck, then you can really go very far. But at the same time, I'd like to add that I think that as long as you work hard, regardless of where you go, you can always reach the highest levels of public service.
I think it's probably a pretty good sign for Harvard students, although again, I would say that having gone to Harvard isn't itself a ticket into the White House. But I think, certainly a lot of people, particularly considering that our job options in other sectors are going to be pretty limited in the next couple of years, I think a lot of people are pretty happy to hear this news.
While the Harvard presence is striking, most students agree that President Obama chose these individuals for their abilities and not their alma mater. From Elliott House, I'm Alexa West for HUTV News.